What is up, the world? It is your friendly neighborhood Slipgator here, and what's going on, guys? What up? Happy Tuesday? Is that a thing? It is now. We just made it a thing. So I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Just hanging out on Hermitcraft Feed the Beast server, playing some Ultimate, and was like, you know what? I should record some stuff and things for the peeps, because I was doing different stuff. So yeah, you may notice we have a couple of different things around here that are, well, no, just one thing that's new. I got a Soul Forge up and running, and yeah, so just was working on getting a soul or a vile sword, and I named it Enderbane. And we have Soul Stealer 5, Soul Stealer 5, Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 5 on it. And we use this for collecting doohickeys. No, we use this for charging up soul shards so that we can get some mob spawning online. You know, we need to have mob spawners. We need to be able to have, you know, slimes for slime balls to make rubber, and ender girl eggs for stuff and things. We can make diamonds out of ender girl eggs. There's all sorts of stuff that we can do. And so I spent some time over at the ender girl spawner that we have, and I built a couple of tier 5 soul shards, but I kind of wanted to head over there with you guys so you can see what's going on with it. So let's go ahead and head up, and we'll head into the Nether Hub. And I put a new book over here to the end because we're going to be spending a lot of time over here. So let's go ahead and head over to the end, and this should take us right to the spawner. So you may not have actually seen much of this. I don't think I've seen it on the videos before, but I think it may have been in a couple other guys' videos. So it's a little Enderman spawner, just kind of a ghetto spawner. Mojang, creators of the most unpleasant noises ever. Mojang, people don't like unpleasant noises. Did you know that? They don't like them at all. And I understand it's supposed to be scary, but it's such a, they need to hire me on as their chief audio engineer, because these noises are terrible. So you just hang out over in here, and if you don't know what we're doing here, or haven't played around with the Soul Shard mod, the Ender Bane has Soul Stealer 5 on it. And so I have these soul shards, and what soul shards kind of do is capture like the essence, so to speak, of a mob. And so you need the Soul Stealer enchantment on your vile sword in order to kind of charge up these soul shards. So you can see as I kill these guys, get him. You can see it says killed 174. And what Soul Stealer 5 does is, it's instead of a 1-to-1, so instead of each time I kill one Enderman, I get one kill, it gives me multiples. So if we take a look here, come on over. So I got 174 now. And if we take out just one of these guys, let's see what we can get here. If I can see if I'm just taking out one. All right, so I got one. So then it gave me 180. So it's giving me 6 per kill as opposed to 1 per kill. And then we can take our soul shards and we can use those in the spawner. And then some other cool stuff that you can do, we'll talk about, is you can combine soul shards and use that to gain spawning for other mobs. So normally if you use a soul shard, like this is an Enderman, it's a tier 2. Once we get up to 1,024 kills, it'll be a tier 5. And the different tiers just make it so that they spawn basically more of the mob. And so you can combine these so that right now these soul shards I'm making are set up to spawn Enderman, but we can kill, say, just like 1 or 2 cows and make a tier 1 cow shard, and then combine it with a tier 5 ender shard, and we can make a tier 5 cow shard or a tier 5 creeper shard or whatever we want to do there. So I got a couple already. I'm going to get this guy charged up, and I made a bunch, so I have a bunch here. And one of the things that you have to do in order to make this work, you need to have your vile sword, but you also need to have the soul shard that you're trying to charge up. It has to be in your hotbar. So pro tip, you can see I have a bunch of these that are set for 6. If you take a stack of soul shards and stick them, the empty ones, and stick them in the hotbar, every time you kill a mob, it's going to charge up 1, and then it's going to move it into your hotbar, and then, or move it into your inventory, and then just the stack will be left in there. And if you kill another one, it'll just move that into your inventory. And then, so you don't basically ever want to put a stack of soul shards in your hotbar. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and get another guy charged up. And then I think today what we're going to do, we need to get mob spawning on. We need to get mob juice or mob essence flowing. But one of the things that I'm running into as a kind of an issue as I do stuff and things is that I don't have any rubber. And so we're going to, I think, get a slime spawner working today and get some automation set up so that we'll have slimes and a set amount of rubber at all times. So yeah, let's get that going. Okay, so a really good place to find slimes, I find, if you don't have a slime spawner, you don't know where there are slimes, you're playing Feed the Beast, come to a quarry and hang out and find some slimes. So now we got our soul shard here, and let's go ahead and kill the slimes with our ender. It's called Enderbane, but for today it's Slimebane. So let's see. I don't know if these little guys, do they give us? Yeah, they still give you 6, even though they're little guys. All right. So now we have our tier 1 slime soul shard. That's not easy to say. And so we'll head back over to the Skybuster. And let me see here. So let's hit the hub and then head back to the Skybuster. Storage looks good. And then we're actually going to need an anvil for this, which I don't have lying around yet. So we'll craft one or two. So just take a second. There we go. We got our anvil. And then we'll stick an anvil. Perfect. So now we have our anvil. We have our tier 5 Enderman shard. We have our tier 1 slime shard, a tier 5 Enderman shard. And that gives us a tier 5 slime shard. So we're good to go. We got our slime shard. Now we're going to need a soul cage. So let me go ahead and craft I'll just craft 10 of them. I need a bunch. So we got our soul cage here. And if you're not familiar with the soul cage, it's a really easy recipe. I can type soul, I promise. So yeah, just iron bars in a donut. So then that gives you your soul cage. So if we put the soul shard into the soul cage, we'll start spawning slimes. We don't want to do that quite yet. We got to get a room built for it. We got to get a couple other things going on. And one of the things I'm going to need for this trap is some quicksand. So let's go ahead and we're going to head out of the Skybuster. I think that what we'll do, I have a couple books back. So that just means that it'll probably just be best to kind of fly around and look for some. So I'm going to just fly around, try to find some quicksand, and when I get a bunch of it, we'll come back and start working more on the slime trap. So I lied to you. Oh, sneak peek. So I just added an alloy furnace over here and started working on some different stuff. And actually I'm going to need to grab, well, I can get my wireless down in that area. So I've built this spawner for now, and I think this is going to be something similar to what I'm going to use. We're gonna have a lot of different mobs on spawn, but everything else is going to be like a 1x1 buy. So every other mob that we're going to end up using will probably end up only taking up a couple spaces in a 1x1 like that. Endermen are 3 tall, skellies are 2 tall, and all of that. But the only thing that I need really an area like this for are slimes and ghasts, and I don't really know if I'm going to need ghasts. We have a ghast spawner at spawn, but what I've got going on over here are mob grinders, and so I set up a couple of different banks of them, and I looked up trying to find some information on what the area is that they'll retrieve items from. I'm not really sure what it is. And they're retrieving most of the items. I did some testing, but not all of them. We'll talk about that in a second. But so these mob grinders will accept, I do believe, any amount of power, so you don't need to power regulate them. And they have a sleep mode, which is really great. So if we come over here right now, you can see that all of these guys are all hooked up to this wire right here. And if we start taking some readings on it with our EU reader, you see we're not generating any power. So that's really cool. It's a nice little piece because that means we don't have to power regulate it. We don't have to set it up on like an EU splitter or anything like that. So we don't have to turn them on and off. They can just sit there all the time. And then the items actually just on these mob grinders, what they do is they actually damage the mob and they intake the mob drop, and they just actually squirt the entity directly out the back. So you can see here, if I was to run this now, it would just eject the slime ball itself right out onto the ground. So if we just add some ME interfaces on the back here and then pump that into the ME system, they will go right into the ME system, and they automatically get accepted in there. And so, I have a little area to get in right now, but we're gonna set this up on a signal. So we have our wireless receiver right here, and we're going to set this up on 1800, Actually, let's go in here and go advanced. Let's set this for 1801, and we'll call it slimes. And we'll set that guy. And so, I don't know. Oh, did we get it? I have to hit set name, I think. Is it going to go in there? Are you going? I think it takes a second sometimes. Slimes. Oh, I don't know. Let's try this again. Slimes. 1801. Oh, it's set. Set name. It's set. Did it get in here now? All right, let's come out here. We'll work on this other piece. So we need another piece, and let's just kind of get it even with the their stuff and things. So, oh yeah, and another piece about the spawner, about the soul shard spawner that I wanted to tell you guys about is how to position these. So, oh, good screenshot. So the soul shard spawners spawn in an 8x8x3 area, and if you can see here, as I move in this corner, this direction, my X and my Y go down, they go negative. And so the corner that's facing the negative will actually, it will go 3 blocks in that direction, and then the other corner, it will go 4. So this block being the first block, 1, 2, 3. Well, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 spawner, and then 1, 2, 3. So if that makes any sense, so you have to get in your corner, the one that's going in the negative coordinate, and then it goes out 3 blocks from there. Perfect. Also, I added another efficiency 4 to Slip's tool. It's efficiency 5 now. It's kind of crazy. We have to be really careful with it. It's almost too good. But and then actually right here, let's not do these regular blocks. Let's get some pavers in here. Grab some pavers, and is that in the center? We'll set these up like so. So now what we need is, actually, we got to set this up on our ME system, on our ME network. So we'll get the wireless transmitter, we'll stick it here, and can I wrench that with this? I think I need a screwdriver. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to think of how I want to set this up. We'll set it up here, and then we'll grab some alloy, and I'm hoping that this will work correctly. I think if I go like this, actually, and then what we're going to need is a little bit of ME cable and a level emitter, and I'm not sure if I have these level emitters already programmed in. I don't. So let's go up top here and get a level emitter going. So here's our ME level emitter. We need the basic processor, iron ingot, cable, redstone torch. Grab a processor. Oh, am I out of basic processors? No way. So there's a redstone torch. We have our piece of cable. But I think we're out of basic processors. I'm just going to type it in several times to make sure it's real. So we're going to make a couple of these guys. So we need silicon wafers, gold ingots, redstone, and quartz cutting knife. And I have my quartz cutting knife in here, I do believe. Nope, it's in the system. So I have a quartz cutting knife. Grab some gold. Grab some redstone. And some silicons. And we'll just stick these in this crafting grid right here. We'll just go like so. One of them. One of them. Did I do that backwards? Sure did. And we'll make 64. And we'll just stick those in the e-furnace and cook them up real quick. And then we'll grab one. We just want one of the basic processors, and then we'll encode it in here. And how did that go again? Oh yeah. like so. One of them, one of these, one of them. Bam. We'll stick that in our guy. We're already up to 3 pages full, over halfway full. So we'll stick this in, and so now we have our level emitter. So we'll craft up just 10 of these guys for now, just for gigs. Pull the level emitter out. And we head back down here. And in this area, what we want to do is get some cable. Let's stick this level emitter right here. And I can't remember how this will work. Let's see if we can get it to work the correct way. Is it going to interface with that in that way? No, it doesn't. I wonder how we can do it. Do I have any jacketed cable? I haven't got any jacketed cable. So I think we're going to need to grab some jacketed cable. That's actually how we're going to end up making this work. So let's go ahead and take a look at getting some of that built. So let's just whatever, cobblestone jacketed wire, red alloy, and covers. So I know they're going to be working on the server a little bit. They might be resetting here in a second. So let's grab some, see if we can do it with paver covers and some alloy. And I'm not going to actually program this in. Just do this. And we'll just make a few. Stick this all away. Alright, so now if we use jacketed cable here. So that's interfacing with that. Can I get it to interface with the alloy wire? Bam! So it's not accepting the redstone signal though. Why are you no accepting redstone signal? That is really odd. That should be working. Alright, I'm going to play around with this for a second and see if I can get something. I'm really confused. That should be working. Yeah, let's take a look at trying to figure out why it's not working. I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure why this is happening. I don't understand why pointing down is necessarily any different than pointing in this direction, but pointing in this direction, it will work. And I thought I had done that before in a downward facing motion with jacketed wire, but I guess, I don't know, it's not working. So what we're going to do is grab a slime ball in here, and we're going to set this slime ball in here. We're going to set the number we want for, we're not going to keep too many. In fact, I think 1,000 might be fine. So let me see how many we have now. Oh, I already have 1,000. Just for gigs. Well, what we'll do, just so I can just show you what's going to be going on, we'll set it for 1,000, and we'll set emit when levels are above limit. So now it should turn this off. So it's turning that signal off, and then what we have up here is the receiver, and it's set for the same thing, and it shouldn't be getting any power either. So now if we turn this lever off, we should start to get our slime spawns. So we get our slime spawns and the grinders start to grind them up, and you can't see the slime balls being accepted into the system, but if I come over and I'll show you, you'll be able to see 1440 or 1145, 1147. It starts to count up. Now let's set this guy for 1200 just so you can see what will happen. What? No, 1200 I said. So signal's off, and then here you can see this instance where every once in a while, oh I got it with my coin. Turn my coin of fortune off. Every once in a while a slime ball isn't absorbed into the system, and with the amount of slimes that are being killed, I'm not super concerned about it. They'll despawn after 5 minutes, and there's only a couple, and the system should never really get to, oh weird, now we're getting more. There's about 4 up there. I could have used filters in order to grab them. I didn't want to the space didn't really divide up equally in order to use filters, but there you can see the system just turned back on. So we hit our 1200 limit, and if we look in the system, we are at 1217. And let's just for giggles check here. I got 2 balls in my inventory now. Is this just 4? Yeah, so there were 4 that fell on the ground. I'd really rather that didn't happen, but it's not that many entities. If it was, for the time it was on, if there were 20 or 30 that weren't being absorbed, that would be an issue, I would think. But also, this shouldn't be having to be turned on for very, very long. Not very long at a time. And I will set up something here pretty soon where we'll have a stack or a craft around 1,000 rubber at a time, and it will just stay. We'll have that 1,000 rubber at all times, and this will turn on to fill that up if we ever need more. But yeah, so for now, I think we're going to turn this guy down to 1,000. And so if we ever go below 1,000 slime balls, it'll automatically turn on, the grinders will go, and the system's really cool because it's not using extra power, and it's fairly efficient in that it's not going to cause a lot of server strain or anything like that. It's not using power all the time, everything's shut off the right way. Like I said, those little slime balls I'm not super excited about, but it's not a humongous deal. So now if we grab some slime balls, we already have 1,000 rubber on here. We can just go ahead and furnace these guys to get sticky resin, and then we can take the sticky resin when we find some of that. We'll grab some sticky resin and we can throw that in the extractor and get huge amounts of slime balls. So that's pretty cool, pretty exciting stuff. They're getting a little bit more automation online, and so the next thing we got to do here, look at our quarry, it's just working. Isn't that grand? The next thing we got to do here is take a look how much time we have left in the episode and see if we're gonna get something else done today. So there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about today, but I thought that what we would do is while we were talking, we would get some stuff and things done. You know what? I've got to repair this. So we only have a couple more minutes left, so I'll try to be quick here. But so 5,000 subscriber special is coming up, and I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Q&A for it. So some sort of question and answer session type stuff and thingy doodler thing. And I'm not sure how many questions we're going to get. I might end up splitting it into 2 parts. I might do a Surviving Subtopia vanilla version, and I might do then a feed the, or a Hermitcraft version. So I will split it up into a couple episodes perhaps. What do I want here? I want some of these guys. And so what I'd like you to do is leave your questions in the comment section in the down there. Just any question that you have, anything that you're thinking. I do not want to go here. Anything that you're thinking about or questions that you have. Is this the hub? I want to go nether. Just about your general stuff and things. Yeah, so I already asked for some questions in the Surviving Subtopia. We have some lag. Surviving Subtopia episode. And so I think, like I had said, what I'm going to do is maybe answer the questions I get in the Surviving Subtopia episode in the next Surviving Subtopia episode. And the questions I get in the Hermitcraft Feed the Beast episode, I'll answer in the next Feed the Beast episode. And I'm really excited to do it. I've never done like a Q&A before. And I was going to be doing a piece where I showed off. I just recently, and I think you guys know, I've talked about it enough. We just recently bought a townhouse. And I was going to show off buying the townhouse, or not buying it, but the different work that I did on the townhouse. But I don't think that the townhouse is really ready to be shown off. I don't think it's something that it would be like me videotaping a bunch of empty rooms. It's not really cool. Isn't really something that I think would be appealing. Maybe for 6,000 or 7,000, depending on how long it takes or whatever. We'll do a different special for those things. But yeah, not for, what do we got here? We'll just stick 2 in there. But not for the 5 grants. We'll do the Q&A thing, and I think it'll be really fun to answer some questions. I had a couple of different people that asked me to do that, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head over right now to the end portal, because for next episode, I wanted to get some more. Can we do it? Is it a thing? Oh, I'm in you, end portal. So for the next episode, where am I here? Let's turn that off. I want to get some more mob grinding done, so I want to get some of these going. Some more soul shards charged up. So we got my soul shard in there. Let some of these guys spawn. Oh, let's turn the volume off real quick first. So yeah, we got the Q&A. Hopefully some other cool projects coming up, and I think that I'm hearing, we don't really know, as far as an update on what's going on with the server reset, we don't really know what's going on with the reset. There's been some some conflicting information out there in the FTB community, and it's been tough to kind of get a straight answer about what's happening. Are they going to release a 1.6? I think Slowpoke said they're going to go right straight to 1.7, in which case we were going to update to 1.5, and then there was another tweet that had said something about there perhaps being something going on with 1.6. So we really don't know what's going on, but for people who are looking for an update on that, I think it's going to be in the next couple of weeks. We'll have a server reset, and that's pretty exciting. It means we don't have a lot of time left to get stuff done on the Cloudbuster, but I'm still excited to do work on the Cloudbuster. And the next project, the grinder that I want to get going, we're going to get grinding going for all of the other mobs, for skellies, witches, and Enderman, and get that all online. And I think that's going to be really fun and cool. And the grinder that I built before, I'm going to use the same one, and I really like the design of it, and I think you guys will too. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention before, on the mob grinder system that I have set up, I didn't set up any pipes to grab the mob essence, and I'm going to do that. I just haven't done it yet, but I definitely will do it. So yeah, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit the like button, share and favorite it as you see fit. We'll always appreciate your support. Don't spam it on Reddit, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.